Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Morning Coffee with Mike. We will be bringing on Nicky very shortly. Nicky, we will be talking about. He had three questions for us. The questions that Nicky has on. I see Nicky just joined. Let's bring Nicky live with us. Let's see here. Add as moderator. Nicky, I think you need to click the request to join button. So while Nicky is clicking the request to join button, let's see. What can I tell you about what we have here? So today we're going to be covering three topics. The three topics are best ways to backtest. We're going to be covering how to trade while going to school, and we wanted to talk about trading psychology. So let's see if we could get Nicky on here. All right, so basic Pablo. First time getting this on and going here. Thank you guys so much for hopping in and join. And here he is. What's up, Nicky?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, so
I didn't.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I wanted to know is, I'm actually 17, so
That's
I only started
started early.
trading a year ago, around September, and I've been learning about smart money concepts. So, um, what I find really difficult is to backtest because when I backtest and I go through previous data, it's like it works, and then when now I'm doing it in live markets,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason I don't get the same results as when I was backtesting.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, right? Because a lot of people, from what I see, they'll come up with a strategy on their own and they'll try to back test it through some means. Is that what you've done so far, or did you
No,
have a strategy that you found from somebody and then you're trying to learn it that way?
yeah, that's what I'm doing. A
All right,
strategy that I found from someone.
that's great. That's the way that I would say to do it. So when we go to when you first find a strategy and you want to pick apart, like, why does a strategy work? It's kind of like, well, what I call factor modeling, right? Like, we want to
Mhm.
find out, well, here's something that's been proven. This thing works. What are the different factors that have made this thing work? When we go to back test the strategy, I actually find manual back testing to work a lot better than to put it into some kind of a program. Like, there's different programs out there that where we could just test to see if something works or if it doesn't work. But when you've already start with a system that works, you really want to get your hands in there and go through that manual process so you could understand, well, why does it work, and here's the different scenarios, like, well, what's happening trade by trade, bar by bar. So
Mhm.
um, well, what I would uh, recommend doing, well, why don't you tell me this, like, tell me a little bit about the strategy.
It's just like it's not a very complicated SMC strategy. It's just a break of structure, and then from there, after a break of structure, the order block that is formed,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically price has to go back to mitigate that order block. But as it goes back, it has to form liquidity.
Right.
So um, when I back test, I would find that even though some of the order blocks would still get mitigated, but they didn't form liquidity, but they would still work. So I don't know. I don't know really. Because even when I'm doing it in the live markets and then liquidity is formed, the order block doesn't, it doesn't hold. And,
Hmm.
and initially I used to do retail trading, which is the charts, chart patterns, support and resistance, all of that. And I think it was better when I was doing that. But then smart money, I feel like the win rate, the risk to reward, it's better, which is why I switched to smart money, you see.
Okay.
So I just don't know what to do. Or maybe it's because I use MT5. So, when I back test, I can't really, because the data is already there. It's not like on TradingView where you can do replay and then you wipe out everything.
So you could back test. You could use TradingView to back test. The purpose of back testing is to really just, well, part of it is to prove to yourself that the system works and for you to get comfortable with this system, with this trading strategy. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, do you have your setups defined? Like, do you have a clear definition of like, okay, in order for the trade to actually be a setup, it has to follow X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I do.
All right, great. So that's going to make it a lot easier for you to, like, if you were to pull something up in TradingView, to say, okay, does this meet the criteria? Well, let's just say it's supposed to be 5 bars, right? And it only has 4 bars. Well, it might look very good and have every other criteria, but the way that I would handle it is like, well, it doesn't exactly fit it, so toss that out, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that kind of makes things a bit easier. So uh, when you are going through it and testing something in TradingView, and to give you an example for how I went and I did this, I actually did this with our members maybe about 3 months. Oh yeah, well, what are we? We're in February now, so we did this in December. So I wanted to test. And find out how could I tighten up my trade management, right? So how
Mm-hmm.
could I progressively raise my stop to get money off the table fast, so that way there's less risk in the trade and I'm dealing with more upside. So what I did was I went through all my trades from last year, and I was specifically looking for the losing trades in this scenario, right? Like just wanted to see on the losing trades, how could I have tightened up better? And what I started to see was that when trades started to break out and go, they never violated certain elements. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it never violated the 10-day moving average. It never violated a prior day's low, and it never violated um, a whole number, right? So, like, let's say it was trading at $100, it never went back down to 99 and change. So, what I did was said, okay, let me come up with a new rule, and this new rule would say that if I'll raise my stop below the 10 EMA, below a whole number, and below a prior day's low. And when all those 3 criteria are met, I'll raise the stop. And and here's the back test part of it. I went through every single trade that I already took. So I already knew that these trades fit my criteria. I took them already. So when I implemented that, how often would it work out? Right? So just in a spreadsheet, going through one by one, how often would that work out? 95% of the time, it would work out where I would cut my loss faster and the trade would go. The other 5%
Mm-hmm.
of the time, I would get stopped out and the trade would go and run without me. But overall, I'm saving about 20% at least, up to 40% on the year. Like so,
Mm-hmm. I
so
get you.
that's a significant gain. So for you, Nicky, when you're doing your back testing, it's starting with a theory in mind, like what is it that you want to test, and then having a manual way like this to go do it, like you're testing your theory.
All
That's how
right.
I go about testing in the scenario that you described.
Okay. Okay, I get you. I get you. Um, okay, but then so now, now the second one is trading psychology,
Right,
right?
right.
So, trading psychology still eats me. Yo, like even though I'm working on it, it's tough.
T-
So, like, what would be like the best? What
well,
would you say is the best way to like
tell me
get your
trading. What does trading psychology mean to you?
It's like how you manage the trade when you are in a winning position and a losing position,
Okay.
and you know how you execute the trades. Because you can be you don't want to have FOMO,
Hmm.
and
That's
you so all those things for me are trading psychology.
ah, so there's a few different ways to attack trading psychology, and actually just wrote a book about trading psychology and trading mindset. It's the link to it is in my bio. But the way to start to think about trading psychology, it is to first we want to find out what our beliefs are, right? Because uh, trading psychology, trading mindset, it's all driven by beliefs. Right? Like, well, we have
Hmm.
beliefs about everything. We have beliefs about walking across the street. We have beliefs about trading. We have beliefs about money. All these different beliefs. And what we're trying to do here is figure out, okay, what beliefs do we have, and are they leading us to where we want to go? Most of us, right? And you're pretty young. You're 17. Most of us get to age 40, like myself, without ever doing this kind of exercise, and we just have all these beliefs from our childhood, from adolescence to later in life, just running in the background, not realizing it, and it ends up preventing us from getting to where we want to go. So step one would be to write out all the different beliefs that we have about trading, all the different beliefs we have about money, and even some of the beliefs that we have about ourselves. Um, and to write those things out and then start to dissect them. Where did they come from? Are they helping me get to where I want to go? In what ways are they serving me? And then from there, you're able to see, okay, this belief is helping me. This belief used to help me, but it's not so much anymore. Can I let this belief go? And that's a big question. Can I let this
Hmm.
belief go? Because sometimes it's easy, right? Sometimes it just like, yeah, this isn't working for me. I can just toss it. But maybe this is a belief that uh, we got from a parent, right? And if I get rid of this belief, then that means that I'm being disrespectful to my parents.
Hmm.
Or maybe I got this from a teacher. Or maybe I paid a lot of money for some course and you know what? This isn't really working, but I paid all this money. So uh, we want to try to deconstruct, well, can I let something go? And if I cannot, why is that? Um, there's actually a bunch of information on my website, marwealth.com. It's all free stuff. If you are you already on there? Because if you're not, there's
No.
yeah. So here's what I would recommend that you do. Go to marwealth.com. There's a free guide on the website. As soon as you go there, you put your name and email in, and it gets sent to you. And it'll help. It'll give you exercises to walk through what we just discussed, and that'll be the first thing to help you with this part of mindset.
Hmm.
The other part of the mindset, remember, we first mentioned that we have beliefs about everything, right? So beliefs about trading, money, self, what have you. But there's also all the other things that we would have beliefs about, right? So we have beliefs about trade management. We have beliefs about risk. We have beliefs about back testing, right?
Yeah.
And as we build our system and we become more proficient at trading, back doing back testing is something that's actually going to help strengthen your mindset. And the reason why is because you just did all this work. You've proved to yourself that if I put money into this thing, it might not work every time, but after 100 trades, I'm going to come out with more money in my pocket than I did before. So,
Hmm.
so that's how all this stuff starts to link together. And the fact that you're starting out so young, like I wish that I was thinking about backtesting and things like this when I was your age. I think that's great.
But when I backtest, like what would you recommend? Like when do I start? Like you can backtest for 3 months, 5 months. So like what would you recommend?
Uh, you need to backtest enough data to get statistical significance. So that means that you need at least 100 trades or 100 samples to have statistical significance. Now, that doesn't mean that every single time you backtest, you have to get to 100. And here's what I mean by that. Let's say you go through your first 20, 30 sets of data, and it's like your system sucks. Right? Like, let's just say this is absolutely terrible. The results are garbage. I wouldn't keep on testing that because after 30 times, it's just like, yeah, just move on. But let's say you
Uh,
get through 30 and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I found the Holy Grail. That's when you want to keep on testing and get to at least 100. And I would also recommend if you do get to 100, depending on what type of system it is that you're trading, you want to make sure that you also test multiple market types. So if it's just in a bull market, you want to see how it does in sideways chop, kind of like what
mhm.
we're in right now. If you want to, you also want to test how it does in a bear market, because all those things will be different.
Okay,
All right.
okay. S-
Yeah, we're actually running out of time here. So, Nikki, I hope that this was helpful. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, it was great. I appreciate it though. It was a good conversation, huh?
Yeah,
I'll I'll
absolutely.
I'll take what she said and I'll process it
Mhm.
and then from there, if there is any change, improvement, I'll let you know.
Yeah, man. Please keep in touch. I want to hear all about your improvement, your
Hey,
progress.
Nicky.
I think that you've got a great future ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate it a
All
lot.
right.
But it was a great,
Yeah, take care. If you want, like, maybe in another couple months, well, when you're ready, well, when you've made some progress, go click the link again, and we can talk again on here.
all right, no problem.
All right, Nick.
Cheers.
Totally keep in touch. If you have any questions about anything, like, hit me up anytime.
All right, no problem. I
Great.
will do so.
Take care, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, Nikki, everybody. So for any of you that would like to come on here and talk on the next Morning Coffee with Mike, there's a link in my bio where you could book a time. We're doing this every single day, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And the whole point of it is to give you actionable advice. I get loads of DMs and emails all the time. And the way to give you most value, the way that's going to give you something that you could really take away and take some action on is to have a conversation like this because we could dig so much deeper. So make sure that you go click that link in my bio, find a time that works for you, sign up, and I will see you guys soon. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. The next one is tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Till then, have a great rest of your day. Take care. Much love. Peace out, everybody.